Hello, hi, I'm Zanzi, and welcome back to the Health for Mzansi podcast, proudly brought to you by Health for Mzansi. I'm your host, Joe, and I'm so excited to walk this health and wellness journey with you. Remember, nothing is off limits. For this week, we chat to Anele Mpela, better known as Coach Anele, regarding the season of festivities that are upon us and how we can continue to be and eat healthy. Coach Anele advises on practical tips on staying active, prioritising nutritious food, and portioning luxuries. Coach Anele, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me. Are you good?
I'm good, thanks. And thanks for joining this discussion. We have now entered the month of December. We know it's festivities. People are going to be relaxing. And I think the whole point of it is to relax and to meet up with family. Things we don't get to do throughout the year, right? But before we get into that conversation on how we can stay healthy in December, Coach Anele, please tell us more about yourself and what it is that you do on a daily basis.
Yes, as you mentioned, my name is Anele. I was born in Bekwini. I run my own gym in Bekwini. We call it Bekwini Fitness Center. So I'm qualified, fitness instructor. I do daily basis like sessions, Fit 45, CrossFit. And we also host some boot camps, and we also host like a swimming pool boot camps and also beach swimming pool boot camps and aerobic sessions. We also cater, and then that's what I do. But I do also community development as well, helping the school. That's what I do.
I'm quite curious about the community development within the school. So what type of work do you do there?
I host events. Like I create like inter-schools. They haven't done it since COVID. So I started this year. I said, let's bring back the culture of athletics.
Yes.
So that was excited, adventurous for them. And I also done the Queenie 5K fun run fun walk and a family day. So as well, it was new, from Queenie, people seeing, around, running around with Queenie, and also we also having the family day as well in the Queenie Rugby Stadium. So a very exciting year for me to be able to host those two events, and hopefully for next year as well, we continue with high spirit and new energy as well.
A lot going on, and I love that you're keeping a community fit, that you're keeping a community encouraged, and it's just a healthy way, right? And I also think through these events, you're bringing people together because sport brings people together. We're entering into December. It's all about relaxing. It's all about eating usually and less exercise, right? We don't get around to exercising in December. So what do you think about this? Is it a good thing because we're also resting, or is it just like totally bad?
There's something bad, serious, maybe, healthy, maybe it's part of your health. You just need to continue. For example, when we started to enter the ending of November, in the gym, you start to see the less number.
Yeah.
And people, and then you just know it. That is happening around people. They're already giving up. They also alert you that no coach shall come through in China. So for me, the only thing that I advise, you need to, stay to your routine. And you may not, do the fitness Monday to Friday, maybe twice or maybe 3 times a week. That is fine for me. And people they're already taking the breaks, and also in terms of the healthy food wise as well, it becomes a problem. Now they're entering to junk food. And for me, I'm just opening a slot for them to say, no, continue, do your routine. 3 times a week is okay. But make sure that your eating routine also needs to stay well. Because on Jan, you don't need to come back and then you just gain a lot as well. And then you start.
And you feel like you need to start from scratch in Jan.
100%.
Yes. You mentioned now, try and keep the same routine. We know a lot of people, they go visit family members. So I think that also disrupts the routine a bit because you're not at home, so you cannot go to the gym. So you might find yourself at a family member's house, at a friend's house. How can we still practical tips to stay fit?
For people that are at home, going for holidays as well, to make sure that they stay on their routine. So number one, I will suggest for them, measure and watch your weight as well. So what I'm saying by measure and also watch your weight is to keep your track and of your body weight of a daily, weekly basis will help you see what you're losing, or gaining as well. Secondly, we're looking for the limit and healthy, food and healthy meals in terms of the junk food. So what I mean by that is do not forget to eat breakfast as well. And also you choose, nutrition food and then also more proteins and fiber. So that's the most important thing. I know maybe you're visiting a friend, if new family as well, but at least you must make sure that you just don't lose your routine. Stick to your routine as well. Even if, let's say you eat a lot of, little bit portion,
Okay.
it's actually not a big food. That's one that I'll suggest to people.
Okay, great. You touched on food now, and I think that's just a great reminder because we are entering into a season where anything goes with food and it's normally junk food. So it's great to get that, try and eat more nutrition. So like if someone's listening to this, when we say that, can you give more examples? For example, like your fruit. So instead of the chips, maybe you can have a banana, an apple. Can you just maybe give some suggestions?
In terms of the apple as well, banana as well, and try to mix it with snacks like nuts, but also eggs as well. They play, a vital part, and also avocado as well. It also working, in terms of your healthy routine as well. So if people, they can maybe have a snack in between,
Okay.
more in balance in terms of the fiber and the protein, and then also vitamin C, less sugar, because we like Coke, so less sugar, make sure that you stick to your routine as well. So that's one thing that I would suggest to people. Stick to what works best. Less, sugar. You just stick to those things that will be able to boost your fitness when you come back in Jan. You don't have to start all over again. If you're struggling, you don't feel like coming through to the gym because of what you, sort of implanted in terms of your body. So now it's like you're dragging yourself down, and it's very hard to make sure that you stay on your routine again.
Just to touch on that routine topic again, Coach. So some practical examples. You are visiting another family member or another friend. What can you do? Even if it's just like taking a walk. Swimming is also great exercise. So yes, we're not getting to the gym, but you can still stay active.
Like if, for example, push up, if you can do push up, you make sure that everyone that you visit, you make sure that you change them in terms of your routine. Push up, jumping jacks, air squat, like shuttle runs. 10 meters, even if you got an open space, just 10 meters, do some shuttles. You got a skipping rope as well. You got a dips. If you got a chair, it's easy. It's just, you go into a chair, you do your dips, 10 reps each, you just move to the next one. So I think for me, you just stick to what works in your space, and also you look at for the exercises that you're going to use it. Because shuttle, sometimes you don't have to go to the parking if it's not safe. And also it's December.
Yeah.
It's a lot of vibe outside. You just stick it, at home. You got your shuttles, jumping jacks, high knees, line hops, and then you take it from there.
Coach, you just gave me an idea now. You can even just use the house. If you want to run around the house, if you have space, you can do that.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Coach, just lastly, December, and like we said, it's great to kind of stick to your routine as best as you can, eat healthy. It's also a mental game, if you can put it that way, right? Because eating healthy is what you put inside of your body, and exercising is to make sure physically okay, but mentally as well. Sometimes, in December, we go through the month, and sometimes we out of our routine and we ate unhealthily. And then January comes, and then we just blame ourselves for all this weight, and you feel a bit depressed. So just in terms of, can you give advice? Like how can we think about December in a healthy way that we stay positive, even if we do deviate from our routine?
Yeah, I think, what I'll suggest to people, make sure that, you don't adopt, new routine for other people. If you know what you want for your body, if you already lose some kilos, make sure that you don't unnecessary things in your body. For example, you make sure that if you are at the gym, 5 days a week, So now your schedule is hectic. Stick to 2 days. Make sure you do something that's more useful for your health as well. And also in terms of the food, I understand we're living with our families, big families. Sometimes we arrive at home and then it's already cooked and it's beyond our control. It's like from us, African, when you arrive at home, like there's pap, there's this, it's a lot of starch. I understand. But one thing that I can say to my people, you just eat a portion of it. Portion is okay. And then from there, the following day, go to the gym, you make sure that, you figure out. And you just move from there. So it's December. I understand a lot of movement. Make sure you go to the gym or you use your own space. 30 days a week is okay. But make sure your routine is very important in terms of how you eat, in terms of what you're taking inside your body. Because most people, they take it so light. When you're eating is very important. Make sure that you see what they're eating. You take a lot of responsibility in terms of what they're eating. So make sure that whatever that you're putting in, it must have a less sugar. You must have a nutrition in the body, fiber as well. And you get a vitamin C. So you make sure on Jan, you come back strong as well. You're not losing anything. You're just gaining a little bit. Then you just take it from there. You make sure that you don't all the way down.
I think, what I'm also hearing what you're saying is, guys, let's not be too hard on ourselves.
100%. Yeah, let's not.
Yeah. Stick to what you know. Maybe, it's going to be okay to eat some cake here. And like you said, just take everything in a portion. Don't overdo it.
100%, Jay. I agree with you. Yes.
Thank you for joining this week's episode of the Health for Mzansi podcast. For more on our festive fitness chat, check out healthformzansi.co.za. Now remember, if you are in a medical jam or just curious about some health and wellness trends, you can send an email to hello@healthformzansi.co.za or an SMS to 076 132 0454. Here, we're on Blue Tech. So there you have it, gals and guys. Be jolly this festive season. Stay close as possible to your routine. Consume nutritious food, and most of all, do not be too hard on yourself when it comes to a little bit of festive indulgence. Until next time, keep well, stay healthy. Signing out, your girl Jo.